He's just a good old boy who loves burning rubber and driving fast.
All right, folks, obviously I'm here at the race shop, and over the next few days, we are going to introduce you to the race team. Everybody that makes it where I can stomp on the loud pedal of this RWR Racing Parts Plus Top Fuel Dragster. Hope y'all enjoy these. If I can, I'll put one out a day for the next few days and let you meet the people that make this car go fast. Hope you enjoy it. All right, we're continuing on meeting the team. This has kind of been a lot of fun. So I'm here with Andy. So I've been trying to like hit the same questions, and I'm horrible at it because I didn't write them down. But so where's home? Like where's home?
Huntington, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. So is that like near Philly? Where's that at?
So it's about center of the state, like central Pennsylvania.
Okay. So first drag racing that you ever remember?
Reading. So Reading, yeah.
Like what age, kind of? Just guessing.
Our high school would do a field trip there every year, and so I hadn't been around it. My family wasn't necessarily into it, and so we did our high school Votech for automotive. We'd do a field trip to Reading and go to the drag races there and check it out. So
that's pretty cool. So
kind of fell in love with it then. Thought it was really cool.
So was it nitro cars immediately, or like pro stock, or what grabbed you?
When we showed up in the morning, it was about perfect because we got to see like the 10-second cars, and I remember thinking, all right, yeah, those are quick, all right, sweet. And then moves up, and you get 6 and 5 seconds, and you're like, those things are really fast. And then I see my first nitro car go down, and I'm like, that's insane.
So was like cars, you obviously, you just said you took automotive in school, so did you do that like 1 year, 2 years? How did the high school work?
We had 3 years. So our first year high school, we couldn't do it. We had to do like all our other classes, stuff, and then the last 3 years of high school took automotive.
So was your goal taking those classes, like become a tech at a dealership or something like that?
Pretty much. I knew I wanted to work on cars, and I bought, like when I was 15, I bought a Camaro and did a kind of restoration on it. Keep working on it. So
what year?
77.
70. Donna had a 77 when we were in high school.
Nice,
305 car.
Yeah, mine was a 305. Pulled that out, put a 350 in it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I did in high school at our Votech. We had before we could graduate from Votech, we had to learn to rebuild a motor, and so I bought a 350, got it rebuilt it there, and then put that in my Camaro.
That's freaking cool. So did the normal deal, put a cam in it, Holley carburetor, Edelbrock manifold, headers.
Oh yeah, headers, yep. The cheap AutoZone chrome valve covers because they look cool.
and they leak.
Yeah, and they leak.
Yeah, you should have went to Parts Plus.
Yeah, I know.
Like that. So back then, now, aside from racing, what's your hobbies? What do you like doing besides racing?
Man, it's a long list.
So what's your go-to? We've been on the road. Let's just say we've been on the road, go, and we're finally home, and you got a few days off. What's your go-to?
Man, if we're on the road a lot and we got a few days off, I'm relaxing. I'm just taking a break, sitting down, watching TV, playing video games. But I'd say for hobbies, I don't know, like wintertime, it's hard down here, but I'd like to try to do a little snowboarding when I can. That kind of thing. Yeah. Anything outdoors. I'll go hiking. Usually if we have an extended weekend off, like it's nice down here because the Smoky Mountains are close by. So I'll just go hiking in the Smoky Mountains, camp out for a weekend, that kind of thing.
So we've worked together for a year now, whatever, and I kind of know this. So where did the I don't want to call it love, but the like for like cooking and grilling? You're really good at it.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, just watching different cooking videos, and I mean, in college, obviously, you're cheap, you know, going as cheap as you can and just making something that tastes good out of just random whatever you have sitting in your kitchen. That kind of sparked it, and then the steak stuff, just different videos, people cooking steaks all kinds of different ways and all that, you know.
Yeah.
So just experimenting with that, it's a lot of fun.
That's freaking cool. So if y'all ever get the opportunity, when he cooks a steak, it's pretty dang good.
Thank you.
That's for sure. All right, so next question. How did you get, you said college. What'd you take in college? What'd you do?
High performance in racing. So
What school?
Ohio Tech, OTC.
Yep.
So yep, in Cleveland. So
Right on.
yeah.
So you were definitely headed down the car path.
I was. I knew, kind of rebuilding that engine for the Camaro, kind of started sparking it where I knew that's the route I wanted to go. I knew I wanted to go into something with higher horsepower, something with motors, and you can't get more high horsepower than this. So.
That's true. That is true. So this is something I haven't asked everybody, and you just made me think of this. So dream car. What's the dream car? Money's no object. Let's just say I can get whatever I want. What's it going to be?
Man, the 69 Z28's beautiful. There's one sitting over at PME. They do our motors for us, and owner Dennis took us for a ride in it. Beautiful car. I love that thing.
Yeah. So are you a manual shift guy? You like the automatic?
Yeah, I do like manual a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's an automatic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think it's just so much work to convert.
So you said mine. So do you still have the 77?
I do.
You do?
Yep.
No kidding.
Slowly doing more and more work to it. Pulled the transmission out of it, and so got another transmission for it, so probably gonna swap that over next time I'm home.
Yep. So the car's still in Pennsylvania then?
It is.
Yeah.
It is still my parents' house. So
That's freaking awesome. So you've had that for a while. How old are you?
25.
25. So
Yep.
you've had that for a while then.
10 years.
Yeah.
Since I was 15. So
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. So what was your path to becoming a nitro guy? What's the path? How'd you get not necessarily here, but how did you get into the nitro world?
So kind of always thought it was cool after high school, but in college they did a internship where they'd pick a student from each class in high performance. So obviously we had like each year different graduating classes. So each graduating class they'd pick a person from, and you got to go and do like an internship, and that just kind of turned into a job. I did Norwalk, did that race.
Internship with who?
The DHL funny car, so JR.
Yeah.
And so we did that in Norwalk. I asked if I could come back for Indy. We did Indy, won that race, which was really cool. And then end of that year they offered me a job, so
Awesome.
on Doug's car. So
That's awesome. So your internship would have been with Jono,
yep, it
which
was.
is Jimo's brother, for y'all that don't know. So what, I mean, were you literally interning, like just washing oil pans? And,
yep. Yeah, they'd drain the oil for them. They'd slide it out the side and take it back, drain it, washing some parts. Yeah, I mean, not super hands-on, but learning everything, helping wipe down the trailer, keep everything nice. I did the body on that, so check over the body after it gets back from a run. That was about it, but kept me busy the whole time. So
yeah. So they offered you a job like right out of school, or?
Yeah, right out of graduation. So a couple weeks before I graduated, got a phone call from them and asked if I wanted to come work there, and I was like, yeah, sure, sounds great.
So had you ever spent any time like on the road traveling previous to that, other than like going to school?
No. I think at that time the furthest west I had been was like, I don't know, like Tennessee or like, I don't know, like just strictly East Coast, never traveled out west. So that was kind of cool my first year, just getting to see the entire country. It was cool.
Yeah. So I don't know how to ask this question without getting into another question. So what's the worst part about this job? When you said traveling, and I've said this a million times, for me, the traveling gets old.
It does. It does.
And I don't want to be that necessarily to be your answer, but what is the worst part of doing this for a living for you?
I would say about hour 35, 36, it's 2 a.m. and you still got another 8 or 9 hours of a drive left. You're living off of Red Bulls and gas station meat sticks and yeah.
What's your favorite part of doing this for a living?
Watching the car go down, like watching the car make a good pass, knowing everything was perfect on it, it gets back and it's clean. It goes out there, runs a, you know, you run in the 60s and it comes back and it's flawless. That's awesome.
So what all spots, what positions have, I guess first question, how many years have you done nitro racing?
5, this is my 6th season.
This is your 6th season.
Yep.
So what positions, we talked about internship, washing parts, what else have you done?
So I've done rods and pistons, did that for 2 years, and then I did short blocks and bottom end for 2 years, and then short blocks last year. So 3 years of short blocks, and 2 years bottom end, and then starting this year I'll be doing cylinder heads with Izzy.
Yeah. So you're making your way around. That's cool.
Yeah, learning everything I can.
Yep. So how did you end up here?
Well, Jesse was coming down and said there was a spot, and I was like, North Carolina's pretty nice, so
Yep.
yeah, so came down here.
Heck yeah. So what has been the worst mistake you have made in racing? Not in racing. You know, with Blaine, we knew it was, you know, he left rings off, he become Ringo.
Yeah.
One of these videos y'all will see, Austin talked about leaving the buttons out.
Yep.
And I had said in that video with Austin, when I make a mistake, it's obvious to the world.
Mm-hmm.
I red light, I lose on a whole shot. And when you guys make a mistake, it may show up as a blown up engine or smoked the tires. So
Right.
I'm sitting here yakking to give you a moment to think about what is the worst mistake. Like, oop, I did that.
Luckily, it wasn't past the warm up. I don't think I've made anything major like during the run, but for the warm up, so on the bottom of the oil pan, there's a return line, a suction line. I didn't hook that up to the oil pump. When you put the oil pan on, you got to hook the suction line up to your oil pump. Left that all off for the warm up, so smoked all the push rods, smoked all the rocker gear on the top. All that was junk. It's like, yeah, that was a pretty big one. Yeah,
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing that made it to the racetrack then.
No, it
Not
wasn't
really.
on the track. I can't think of anything going down the track.
Yeah, but I mean,
most of it
that's
got
a pretty
caught.
good one.
That is a pretty
That's
good
a
one.
pretty good one,
It's a really dumb thing to forget. It's something that you do every time, and you don't do it once, and then you look afterwards and you're like, oh man, should not have missed that at all.
That's crazy. So what has been, and I'm not necessarily trying to put you on here, but in your nitro racing career, what's been your highlight? What's been the, like, man, we did that, that was awesome.
There's been a lot, man.
How many wins you got? How about that?
Got 3 last year. I think 9.
That's pretty
I think
good.
I'm sitting at 9. Yeah.
9 in 5 years,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So what's going to rate at the top then? How about that?
I mean, obviously a championship. If we
Yeah.
get that done,
That's
that's all time.
That's a goal.
That's a
so,
goal.
So
Yeah,
far,
yeah.
the last 5 years, so what's the highlight? Like, man, that was cool.
It's been a lot. Denver this year was awesome. That was cool. Chicago was really good because we went from down here, like down in the dumps, then race day we're on top and like unstoppable. Everything went perfect on race day. Yeah, there's so many to choose from.
That's cool. That is cool.
You get a lot of highlights out here, so.
That is cool. So, as you're, obviously we talked about you're kind of making your way around the whole car here. So what's your end goal? What is, like, before I finish my career, I want to be this position or whatever. I mean, is your goal crew chief someday, or
No, man.
you don't know?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
So we had a great year last year. You know, we won 3 races. If I was to ask you right now, which I am, how many race wins you think we're going to get?
Bare minimum 4. Bare minimum
4.
4. Shoot, you know, obviously we want all of them.
Yep.
But I would say 4 to 6 is a pretty reasonable number.
And I've said this on every video. I'll take them all during the countdown.
That's right. Absolutely.
Lots of rounds, and I mean, you know, countdown, 4 wins, 6 wins. Yeah, we'll take
yeah.
that. We'll take that.
Absolutely.
So, last thing is we kind of hit on it. So you moved positions this year. What are you going to be doing on our team this year?
Cylinder heads.
Cylinder heads.
Yep.
So
Cylinder heads. So.
it's been, that's one thing I will say about Jimmo. He's really cool about letting everybody experience different parts of the car. And
Yeah.
so Blaine obviously going to clutch. Izzy was assistant, so he's kind of moved into Blaine's spot. You moved into Izzy's, and
Austin's taking over short
what
blocks.
you were doing.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
And so the good thing about that is, y'all all can help each other.
Exactly.
You're still helping Austin. Blaine's still helping you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it makes for a stronger team when everyone kind of knows the car,
Yeah.
That way, one person's behind here or something happens there, someone can jump in and help out.
Yep.
They know what to do. So.
Man, I hadn't thought about this. This will be the last one, maybe, if I don't think of something else. Were you like, man, I'm over it. We've tore up 3 cars in 3 races, and you guys were just like non-stop, coast to coast to coast, over and over and over
Back and
again.
forth.
Did it ever hit you like, what are we doing? It's only 1 race left, when we blew the tire out in Vegas, or was it like, we're going to get this done? And I have already said on video, when I was sitting in the lounge after the tire blew out, my head's hurting, I'm like, I can't ask them to do this again.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that thought? And you can be honest, I had it.
Yeah. For me, it was like, all right, we'll get this done. We'll do the last one. But, man, this offseason's going to be so nice.
I'm with you.
I was like, man, I'm looking forward to having a couple weeks that it's not this crazy.
Not this stressful.
Yeah.
Coast to coast driving, so all that. Yep. Yeah. But it was a heck of a year, and I'm looking forward to this upcoming year. And Andy, everybody, he is. You're kind of quiet, and I'm always running my mouth. So, do I drive you crazy pulling this out?
No, it's your thing. It's cool. Gives people behind the scenes, you know. So.
Yeah. And you know what? Another thing is, one of these days, you got grandkids in your lap. You can just click on the YouTube, and it's like, look what I was doing when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Andy, everybody, appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.